Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslie. I am a certified childbirth doula, and this is where I share about birth, my faith, and family. So today we will be talking about birth. So I'm going to break birth down into 4 simple steps for you. We're going to do this in under 5 minutes. This is my what I like to call my 5-minute childbirth education class. I highly recommend taking a more formal one, but for all of you looking to just get a sense of what birth is like, this will be for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Feel free to share this video with anybody who you think might find it helpful as well. Thanks again for coming. Okay, here we go. So there are 4 stages in birth, and the first one is the thinning and dilation of the cervix. Now, what is that? Well, the cervix is the area right at the bottom of the uterus, between the uterus and the vagina. The cervix is nice and thick and closed during pregnancy to help keep baby safe in the uterus, so that it's just nice and the baby's just nice and protected. But when labor starts, what actually happens is that thick cervix starts to and narrow cervix starts to thin out, and it starts to dilate. You want to dilate to a full 10 centimeters. That is what happens in stage 1, the thinning and dilation of the cervix. I like to call this stage, for simplicity's sakes, the patient stage. Why do I call it the patient's stage? Because it tends to be the longest stage of labor, and so because it is when it tends to start off slow and things like that, this is what I like to call the patient's stage, because you have to be patient during this time, and you need to just know that your body is doing what it needs to do, and nature just needs to runs its course. For some people it's a longer process. For some people it's a shorter process, but this is when you dilate from 0 to 10 centimeters. Now, within stage 1, there are 4 phases. There are 3 phases. There's the early phase, which is when you dilate from 0 to about 4 or 5 centimeters. Then there is the active phase, which is when you dilate from 5 to 7 centimeters. And then there is the transition phase, which is when you dilate from 8 to 10 centimeters. And so that is just to give you a sense of stage 1. Now, stage 2, this is what I like to call the pushing stage. And this is essentially that. It is when you start to push. It is when the baby moves. Now that the cervix is completely open, now the baby can descend from the uterus, through the cervix, through the vagina, the birth canal, out into the world. That is the pushing stage. Then there is stage 3, and for stage 2, what I like to remember for this stage is persistence. Persistence is just very much necessary, because during the pushing stage, it really is 3 steps forward, 1 step back. And this is why I say this. Now, this is how the baby is coming out of the uterus. So if you imagine the head, sorry, I don't have props for you guys right now to show you with, but imagine the head. When the head comes down through the birth canal, what happens is the baby is coming out like this, but in order to help stretch you out to come out, what ends up happening is the head will come down. I don't know if you can see this. The head will come down. Let me just show it like this. Sorry, guys. The head will come out like this, and then it'll go back in and help to come back out and go a little bit in. Come back out and go a little bit in. Why? Because it's to nicely stretch you out slowly but surely. It helps to avoid with tearing. So again, I like to just remember persistence during your pushing. Then stage 3, this is what people often call the afterbirth. So now you have your baby's out, but it's not over yet. Now you have to expel the placenta. Now you have to push out the placenta. The placenta has been the source of nutrients for your baby during the past 9 months. And so the placenta, it looks like the tree of life. It's like one of the coolest things. But the placenta has to come out. And so stage 3 is what I like to call the placenta. I like to remember this stage as the placenta stage. This is when you expel the placenta. This is the last piece, the last piece. And then stage 4, this is the postpartum stage. This is recovery. This is where you're bonding with your child. You have the opportunity to start latching, start breastfeeding. This is what I like to call a stage full of pleasure, because all these euphoric feelings come over you because of the endorphins in your body, and you have all this love and all these great emotions coming over you. So again, the 4 stages of labor are, does anyone remember? Sorry, I can't hear you guys. Okay, so stage 1, the patience stage. Stage 2, pushing. Stage 3, placenta. And stage 4, postpartum. I hope this video helps you to easily remember what all the stages are to labor. Wishing you all the best in your own labor. And thanks again for tuning in. God bless you and have a great day. Again, go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment down below if you'd like to see more videos like this. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Bye.